Dear students, you are welcome to Economics Online class. We are discussing the Environmental Economics 10th chapter. In the first video, we discussed the noise pollution and land pollution. Now we have to move the global warming. Okay? In this chapter, in this video, we have to discuss about the global warming, climate change, everything. Let us see the global warming and climate change. We have to continue the effects of land pollution. Soil pollution is another form of land pollution, where the upper layer of the soil is damaged. This is caused by the overuse of chemicals, fertilizer and pesticides. This is soil pollution. This leads to loss of fertile land. We can lose our fertile lands because of using the fertilizer and pesticides. So over usages of the chemicals. Pesticides kills not only the pest and also the human being. Next one is health impact. The land when contaminated with toxic chemicals and pesticides, it leads to the problems of skin cancer and human respiratory system. The toxic chemicals can reach our body through foods and vegetables, so that health will be affected. Cause for air pollution. Landfills and waste dumping lead to air pollution. The abnormal toxic substances spread in the atmosphere transmit respiratory diseases among the masses. The huge level of respiratory diseases will be spread. It will be transmitted. Effect on wildlife. The animal kingdom has suffered mostly in the pesticide chemicals in the past decades. They face a serious threat with regards to loss of habitat and natural environment. This is very, very serious loss. The constant natural environment, the constant human activities on the land is living and polluted, forcing these species to move further away. Maybe they will be move one place to another place. Sometimes several species are pushed to the verge of extinction or disappear due to no conducive environment. Because of pollutant environment, the more species the birds pushed to verge of extinction cases. They will be moved to one place to another place, or they disappear. Remedial measures to use control land pollution. Making the people aware about the concept of 3 R's. What are the 3 R's? Reduce, recycle and reuse. So the making the people awareness about the 3 R's. Buying biodegradable products. So this is also awareness making among the people. Minimizing the usage of pesticides. Shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation also very, very important here. Disposing unwanted garbage properly, either by burning or by burying under the soil. Minimizing the usages of the plastics. These are the remedial measures to control land pollutions. The next topic is global warming. So global warming, we know that this is current increase in temperature of the earth's surface, both land and water, as well as the atmosphere. So that current situation, topic is the global warming. Average temperature around the world having risen by 0.75 degrees Celsius over the last 100 years. So this is very, very dangerous, isn't it? So about 2/3 of this increase has occurred since 1975. So that carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, nitrous oxide are the greenhouse gases warming the earth's surfaces. It will be make the greenhouse effect. So it is also called a greenhouse effect. The CO2 is the most important of the greenhouse gases, contributing 50% of the global warming. Carbon dioxide only most important to the greenhouse effect. So the burning of fossil fuel and other biomasses, deforestation result CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide. In the past, when the earth experienced increases in the temperature, it was the result of natural causes, but today it is being caused by human activities. Okay, so the temperature is in the olden days increased by the experiences. So naturally it happened, but nowadays the temperature increased by the human activities. Okay. The global warming adversely affect agriculture, horticulture and ecosystem. Our ecosystem totally affected by the global warming. Reduced rainfall, higher temperature and increased pest weeds, the weed growth hamper farming. So threats to health arise due to increase in disease carrying vectors such as mosquitoes resulting in malaria, dengue fever, encephalitis and yellow fever. So uh, new diseases like corona, this may happen. An increase in the global average surface air temperature of such magnitude will bring about alarming changes in the rainfall patterns and other climatic conditions, resulting in serious ecological disequilibrium. It will bring in the disequilibrium, imbalancing in the rainfall pattern and also the climate conditions, so that ecological imbalance also will be there. So this is the global warming. Next one is climate change. Climate change refers to the seasonal changes over a long period with respect to the growing accumulation of greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases forming in the atmosphere. Recent studies have shown the human activities since the beginning of the industrial revolution. So because of the industrial revolution, the climate will be changed. So that the beginning of the industrial revolution have contributed to an increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by as much 40% from about 280 parts per million in the pre-industrial period to 402 parts per million in 2016, which in turn has led to global warming. Okay, up to 2016 census they said this much of carbon dioxide exceeding and increasing. Several parts of the world have already experienced the warming of coastal waters, high temperatures, the melting icebergs, a marked changes in the rainfall pattern, and an increased intensity and frequency of storms. So frequently affecting the storms. The sea levels and temperatures are expected to be rising. So next topic is acid rain. Acid rain is one of the consequences of the air pollution. This is also one of the situation of air pollution. It occurs when emissions from factories, cars or heating boilers contact with the water in the atmosphere. So that it may be occurs when emissions from the factories, what are the discharges, emission from the factories, cars or heating boilers contact with the water in the atmosphere. These emissions contain nitrogen oxide. So that nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, which when mixed with water becomes sulfurous and sulfurous acid, nitric acid and sulfuric acid. This process also occurs by nature through volcanic eruption. So this must be the process also occur by the nature. What are the nature? through the volcanic eruption. So it can have harmful effects on the plants, aquatic animals and infrastructure of the earth. So this is acid rain. Okay, next we have to move e-waste. Next one is e-waste. E-waste nothing but electronic waste. Electronic waste, which is commonly referred as e-waste, is the new byproduct of the infotech society. So that the developing society, we are using the technology. Okay. So that e-waste is the new byproduct of the infotech society. It is a physical waste in the form of old, discarded, end of life electronics. What are the electronics utilities we are using? After using that, we are disposing the electronic waste on the land. It includes a broad and growing range of electronic devices from the large households appliances such as refrigerator, air conditioner, cellular phones, computers and other electronic goods. So that the electronic goods used by the households and also the industries that are also dumping on the lands. And also household appliances such as refrigerator, air conditioner, cellular phones, computer and other electronic goods. Similarly, e-waste can be defined as the result when consumer business and household devices are disposed or sent to recycling. For example, television, computers, audio equipments, VCR, DVD, telephone, fax, Xerox machines, wireless devices, video games, other household electronic equipments we are utilizing in the households. These are the e-waste. So here sources of e-waste given. See the sources of e-waste. What are the sources? Home, hospital, government and private sector. So these are the sources of e-waste. Let us see one by one from the home side. What are the e-waste coming from the home? PC, television, radio, cell phones, washing machine, microwave oven, CD player, fan, electrical iron. From hospitals, PC, monitors, egg device, microscope, incubators. Government also using PC, fax machine, Xerox machine, scanner, fan, tube lights, air condition. Private sectors, PC, boilers, mixer, signal generators, incubator. These are the sources of e-waste. They may be asked in your 3 marks or 2 marks. Okay, you can write these sources of e-waste. What are the solid waste? Solid waste is basically discharge of useless and unwarranted materials as a result of human activity. Because of the human activities only, the solid waste may be accumulated and dumping. Most commonly, they are composed of solids. The solid waste are composed by the solid, semi-solids or liquids. Solid waste consists of the discards of households, hospital reuse, and dead animals, debris from construction site, ashes, agricultural wastages, and industrial wastages, etc. When waste is not removed from the streets and public places in time, it poses severe public health and hygienic hazards of the people. This is solid waste. Dear students, in this video, we discussed about the effects of land pollution and global warming and also the climate changes, then acid rain, e-waste, up to solid waste. Okay, go through the topic carefully, understand the concept fully, and you have to read all the concept and write the test and send to me.